Well, the second question, what brought the most joy in this? What was really inspiring, exciting for you as you were considering sharing this message with her church?
Yeah. Nobody ever asked me that question about when I'm putting together a sermon series. I think it wasn't a direct correlation, but what really brought me joy is the fact that I had to reconcile these truths in my own soul before I can preach them. And the joy of like, God's in control of who's in control.
Yeah.
Like, he's got this. He's brought his people through far worse. Like, and I'm not sitting here every day. Like, it can sound like as I'm talking about this, I'm just, oh, this world is so hard. Like, that's not my posture, but it's the reality of how people and those that I get the honor of pastoring can view the world, or at least circumstances that happened throughout the last few years. And so whether or not that is my heart posture, condition, or fear, it is one that because of the calling God's given me that I take on, at least on the behalf of plenty of others. And I do have these things myself. And so getting to preach this to myself, to prepare my heart, to impart this to my community actually brought me joy because, I mean, any of this stuff you go through, the Bible, every time you read it, it gets you, right? Yeah. And so it's just been a fresh rejuvenation of where my roots are, where my hope is, who is in control. And with so many things spinning out of control, yet as a leader, people look to me to try to control it, to just be like not in some like, I'm just passing this off, but hey, we're good because my boss has got this, right? Like the guy I work for, the guy I serve, like he's got this. And that is just refreshing. And it's just like the word says, like you experience the joy of your salvation. Right. Like the one who saved me is infiltrating my heart with joy as I prepare this stuff. So.
And I just think there is something to remembering and reflecting on those foundational truths about something like God's sovereignty. Like it's kind of one of those things that we can just kind of take for granted, that like we just don't ever really take the time to sit in and consider the implications. And I imagine when you're prepping, probably 6 to 10 hours a week for a sermon on something like this, like you begin to feel the weight of that again, and it hits you in a different way, a way that I wish we could all like sit back and really spend some time to consider the implications, because it's a weighty truth that once upon a time changed our life, that can really sometimes just kind of feel like this redundant theme to not dive too deep into.
Yeah, we can often like communicate verbally the attributes of God that are so important, like cosmically important, but we're just, he's this and he's this and he's this. And it's like, okay, how does that play out in your life?
Right.
Beyond being able to say it, how is that applied in a way that shows you believe it? And you really have to do a gut check with some of this stuff, because we have no business bringing Jesus into Babylon if we're not reliant on him, his power, his spirit, and the core truths of who God is. And so we need to know that stuff.
Oh, that's good.